Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. My name is Draygone Fuzzbottom Jr. and these are some of my patrons. Ella Enchanted, Nicole Spicer, Lit Dragon, Wario Go Pyramid, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Theo Vellum. As we get this game here started up today, I would like to request that you let me know what you think of today's video. And please, if for whatever reason you don't like today's video, then please let me know why. So this is a Patreon request by Wario Go Pyramid. When we last left off, we were at Fenix Corporation, which caught on fire, and we had to guide people out of the building in the hopes of saving somebody. Unfortunately, throughout each round, someone had to die, which kind of goes against the title of the game. Maybe eventually I will be able to make it so that no one has to die. Don't know. This game has multiple branching story paths, which is interesting, and you can't find out what's going on unless you go through all of them. Which is fine, because the story is actually kind of interesting. Let's quickly go over the characters just to recap. So we got Christina here. She is the one who set the building on fire because, well, her mom was killed here in Fenix Corporation due to some weird experiment that was done on her. So she's kind of getting her revenge, especially on this guy right here. This is Lionel. He's the CEO of Fenix Corporation, and he just happened to be visiting this building today, which is why Christina decided to set it on fire today, in the hopes of taking the CEO with the building. Now, whether Lionel actually knows what's going on in this building is another matter. Maybe we'll find out today. And then we have Steve. Hey, Steve! He seems to be the innocent of the group. He just happened to be working overtime here today, which was unfortunate because Christina had no intention of letting him die, but, well, because of this, I wound up letting him die. Whoops! On the bright side, maybe Steve isn't actually innocent. He could be sneaky or something. I mean, it would seem weird to me that he would be the only innocent person in this group. But we'll get to that later. Lastly, we need to get to this guy up here. This is Troy. For some reason, at the start of the game, Troy took the blame of setting the building on fire, even though at the end, Christina admitted that it was her. So, no idea what's up with that, and we're gonna kind of have to wait to find out what the deal with that is for now anyway, because I'm going to finish up these two little branches right here today. So let us actually continue from right here. We have the option of skipping this. So in this scenario, Troy, the guy who took the blame initially for the fire, was killed. So let me quickly go through this just to give myself an idea of what's going on going into this. Oh, by the way, I am Visitor. I'm the one guiding people through the building. Unfortunately, like I said, I have to guide them in such a way that someone has to die. Let's see, they start off in the basement, and this level, they're in the second level of the basement. Not the lowest level, but the second to lowest level. As for the Visitor, I was just making a delivery to this place. And my timing was impeccable because I was able to help people. Well, I was able to help one person survive anyway. Alright, we're getting to the nitty-gritty here. Lionel says that he was just dealing with financial business. So it's entirely possible that he does not know about the stuff that's going on in this place. Because Christina wanted Lionel dead, of course she would say to save Steve. You lie. Alright, so again, here is how the game plays. It's kind of a puzzle game, but the puzzle is deciding which person should live and which person should die. Now, no matter what, I have to lock this door. I can only lock one door the entire puzzle. I'm required to save her. If I don't save her, well, these two are also gonna die. So it's game over. So gotta save her, gotta turn on the water, and basically what that's going to do is let water flow in this direction while the fire is spreading. The water will block the fire, however, if I let the water go on too long, these two will die. So, last time I stopped the water right here. No, actually I didn't. I actually let the water keep going, drowned the CEO, and stopped the water right here so that it would protect Steve without letting him drown. This time, however, if we're going to find out what the deal with Mr. CEO is, we're going to turn off the water. It is interesting that having the switch down is actually on. Must be a three-way switch. Those are annoying. So that'll stop the water here, so it doesn't drown Mr. CEO, but it will block the fire. However, the fire is going to reach Steve. Bye, Steve! And the round ends when I click this button and neither water nor fire progresses. Which is the case here. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Steve. You've made the right decision. I'll make sure you won't regret it. I'm sorry, Christina. I could only save one of them. Christina? Okay, that's alright. I don't expect you to talk to me after what I've done. Especially considering we know that she wanted Lionel dead. She didn't care whether Steve survived. Well, I guess she kinda did. Just as long as Lionel was the one who died. In fact, towards the end... Nah, we'll get to that in a bit. How are we going to get out of here with one of us not playing along? I'm sure she's still trying to get out of here. She just has a lot to deal with at the moment. Well, either way, I found the stairs. Beginning scan, floor B1. Christina, just so you know, I understand this must be awful for you. I really am sorry. It is interesting going through this conversation, knowing the truth about Christina. And yet the characters here, including myself, don't. As far as any of us is concerned, it was Troy who set the fire. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. You did the right thing. We'll see about that. Calculations complete. Fire on floor B1. 2 casualties unavoidable? Candidates Christina, Lionel. Aren't they the only 2 people left, though? Well, that would explain why this branch is going to end so suddenly. They all have to die. 2 casualties unavoidable? That's what I said. Like really, I just said it right here. No. That means we're both going to die. Well, I wonder how this wound up being the case then. Because clearly it's possible for Christina to survive. Maybe it's because on the next level... Are we going to be able to see what the next level was again? It's over. We've reached our ends. No! You can't both die! There's no other option. I'm afraid this is it. Good. I'd rather die than live in a world with people like you two. Christina, Lionel, I'm sorry. I let you guys down. It's alright. There's nothing you could have done. He could have saved Steve instead of you. Now's not the time to squabble. Goodbye, both of you. Just because you're about to die doesn't mean you're a saint. I hope you both burn in hell. Christina, don't do this. Don't waste your final moments like this. Give me one reason why I shouldn't. Urgent. Please enter your security system orders immediately. The chat system has been locked until your decision is made. What decision? Oh, we do get to see this level. Alright. So... this is, in fact, the exact same level that we played had I let Lionel die and Steve live. Steve would have started out right here, which means he would have been able to make it up here to turn on the water before it reaches Christina. Or did he start here? Either way... the point is that with Steve here, there was a way to save somebody. Maybe Steve said this... whatever, you get my point. However, with this situation... Lionel starts here, and he has no way to get to anything to save either of them. And neither does Christina, and that is why they both die. Interesting. I had a feeling that this level would repeat itself, just with a different arrangement with different characters. Oh well. What can we do to kind of delay the inevitable? Nothing? Well, in that case, I'm just going to have you guys both charge straight into the fires. Well, I can't actually have you charge straight in the fire, can I? Bad end. You got that right. The mystery is not yet solved. You must explore all possibilities to find the truth. You know, if this was any other Let's Player, we probably would have had this bad end taken care of in 5 minutes. But I really like to think about what I'm playing and what I'm reading. I really get into the games. Alright, well, we got that settled, so let's go back to this scenario where we actually let Lionel die. Unfortunately, saving Lionel did not reveal anything about him, whether he knew this place was sleazy or if he really was just dealing with money situations. I find it interesting that Christina makes fun of Steve, saying that he would not sacrifice himself for anyone. However, at the end of this dialogue, that's exactly what he requests. Alright, well, here's something worth bringing up. The reason the visitor is able to guide people through floor and that sort of thing is because he was in the security room where the security guards are dead. I wonder if Christina knew about them being dead. And that's another thing that Troy took credit for. Searching the guards results in finding a blue file that has the security code that we're using to guide everybody up the building. Troy also had the security code. Christina is definitely surprised about that. I wonder what her plan was with this situation. Does she know about the security codes? Alright. So we got through a conversation where it was revealed that somebody else is going to have to die. Either Steve or Christina. Christina's not too happy about this situation and is begging for her to die because, as far as she's concerned, Steve is completely innocent. And Christina was, after all, the one who set the fire. She doesn't want to be responsible for the death of an innocent. So, last time I kind of accidentally let Steve die. Because it's like, is there a way to save them both somehow? Which, by the way, as it turns out, is not the case. So, this time, instead of letting Steve die, I'm going to go ahead and put him right in here and lock the door so the fire doesn't reach him. And we're going to say goodbye to Christina. It's kind of sad that she has to die, but this is all her fault anyway. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Christina. I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear it. If you were sorry, you would have listened to me. I had to make a decision. I don't expect you to be happy with what I've done. Just shut up. This is all a trick. This is all a nightmare. You're still there, aren't you, Chris? If you're there, send me a message. You're just ignoring me again, right? Steve, I understand this must be impossible for you right now, but you need to keep moving. And what the hell is the point of that? Christina just died for you. If you don't get out of here, she'll have died for nothing. Sure, I'm gonna get out of here, and it's gonna turn out this has all been some sick joke and Chris will be waiting for me outside alive. I mean, how do I even know it was Chris who was writing those messages, right? Okay, I'm ready. I'm heading up to the ground level now. I can't wait to see her again. Beginning scan, ground floor. Alright, just a little further. Oh, there's a desk here with one of those blue files you were talking about on top of it. Is another security code. Another one? But for what? I guess with this, you can control more fire doors at a time? Not a lot of use now. Yeah, we found that same thing with Christina's file. I don't think I can take advantage of it, though. I mean, I know I can go back to previous chapters, but... Why is this here? Is there going to be a use for it? Steve, are you still there? Steve? I knew it! I told you! Told me what? She's alive! Chris is alive! What? What's going on? No fire detected. So, there was a file next to the one with the security code. When I saw it, I knew I had to read it. It was titled The Fenix Experiment. The one with the cockatiels? Just let me explain. So, I didn't get a lot of it, but here's what I understood. Okay, for a moment, let's go back to the cockatiels thing. I can't remember what the deal with those was. We were either delivering them, or they were involved with Lionel. I do remember them being mentioned. Maybe I'll take a quick look for that part of the dialogue before we end this. Alright, so Fenix Corp had an experiment planned where they were going to buy lots of cockatiels and teach them to say a phrase. Oh, so you do mean the birds. It's like, are we talking about cockatoos, or are we talking about cocktails? No, we're talking about the bird cockatiels. But every time they had enough birds for the experiment, they would just randomly decide to increase their sample size. All in all, they bought around 6 million cockatiels. They stopped buying them the day something weird happened. One of the cockatiels they bought already knew the phrase they were going to teach it. Weird. Maybe whoever sold it to them probably knew what was going on and tried to mess with the experiment. Let me finish! So, they tagged this special cockatiel that already knew the phrase, and it taught the phrase to all the other cockatiels. But the experiment didn't end there. They ran each and every one of the cockatiels through some kind of machine. It was worse than Chris had thought. They all died! All of them except one. The bird that they'd marked, the one that already knew the phrase, was fine. What? What sort of machine works like that? I have no idea. The paper talks very little about the machine itself, and what it does say, I don't understand. Bizarre. But how does this tell you Christina is alive? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place right now. So here's the thing. The phrase that the birds were taught? It was, Christina lives. Steve, are you sure you're feeling alright? I mean it! That's what it says! You can see for yourself when I show Chris. But even if it's true, we still have no idea what that phrase means. What do you mean? Christina lives! It means she's alive! Hand motions! I am making hand motions that you cannot see. But we don't understand anything about the experiment. It could mean anything. Steve? Come on, you need to keep in contact. Sorry, no time to type. I've got to find the way out so that I can find Chris. See you soon. No! Keep talking! Steve! Come on! Steve has disconnected. Reason signal lost. Steve? What the hell have you done? I'm coming to find you. Visitor has disconnected. Steve end. Steven ended. The mystery is not yet solved. You must explore all possibilities to find the truth. And I will probably do that. So, that's how Steve's branch ends. Christina's branch ended with also finding the thing that allows us to unlock multiple, or lock. Allows us to lock multiple doors at the same time. But then Christina's ended when she found a mysterious door and went inside. So they're not quite ending the same way. Just real quick, let me find the part that was talking about cockatiels. Alright, I wasn't delivering cockatiels, I was delivering stationery. Not very interesting. Okay, here's where the cockatiels were mentioned. Alright, so Christina knew about them. Cockatiel story. For nearly a year, we'd be constantly getting in shipments of live cockatiels by the thousands. God knows how many birds they bought. Of course they're birds. They mentioned they were birds right here. So, I guess since so many of them died, it was an animal rights issue. Well, let me go ahead and reset here. It's a good thing this game saves your progress, by the way. So, let's see here. What do I want to do? I want to go ahead and put this information down at the bottom of the screen. These are all of my patrons. We are about to end this. So, I guess next time we will begin Troy's little story here and save Troy. Maybe we'll find out why he was taking the blame for what Christina admits to. It'll be also interesting to find out whether Troy really did kill the guards in the security room, or if that was also Christina who was involved with that. Anything else I want to bring up? There probably is. I feel like there is, but I can't think of what it might be. Alright, it was just a thought about the cockatiels, but it's a random thought, and as the plot went on, it's like, nah, that's probably not it. I was going to say, maybe there's some science experiment going on where Christina was actually had like her mind transferred between herself and a bird, and so she's actually in the body of a bird, and this Christina is actually a bird, and she's trying to get revenge on the company because, as it turns out, her bird mom was killed. That would be an interesting twist. But no, considering the secret message was Troy lives, or not Troy, Christina lives, I don't know. I have no idea what it actually could be. Probably not the mind swap thing. I do love me some good body swap. Some good body swap. There's a lot of bad body swap out there. But that's probably not the situation that's going on here. What is the situation? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out next time. Maybe we won't.